Hello, student. My name is Samim Mallick, and I am the founder of SM Spoken English Academy. As you all know, that learning a language is a way more challenging now these days, and we really feel so much nervous when we start to learn a new language. And when we talk about English language, there are so many things that comes in our mind that is too much difficult, it is too much grammatical, and there are so many things that comes in our mind that actually resist us to learn this particular language. So there's so many mistakes that we actually do, and that mistakes end up doing a lot of negative impact in our ability, and we just give up on learning that particular language. So in today's video we are going to talk about the five biggest mistakes that if you avoid that mistakes, I think it will actually help you to get more comfortable. It will help you to become more confident in English language, and that's the five things that we are going to discuss about in this video. So let's start this video. So number one is focusing too much on grammar. And I know that many people actually argue with me that, well, sir, you are saying that grammar isn't important. No, I am not saying that. Actually, what I'm trying to say that grammar is important, but when you're a beginner, you cannot actually depend on too much on grammar, because when you actually focus on grammar, the what really things that comes in your mind, that let me explain it. That actually when a student becomes so much serious about grammar, even after before speaking a sentence, he tried to analyze in his brain, okay, whatever I have said, am I grammatically correct, am I grammatically right, am I whatever I have said, did I say something wrong, maybe I have done so many mistakes in my grammar, and that kind of feelings actually makes you more nervous. What is the solution that you can actually apply right here? That I have one thing that I like to share with you. You have to stop thinking about grammar and try to understand that you have to shift your focus from grammar to speaking. Try to speak as much as possible. You know what the real thing happens if you keep doing that? Your grammar automatically will be improved, irrespective of the how much mistakes that you actually do earlier. So that's the number point one. Number two, that we do the mistakes, the biggest mistake is that we try to learn so many words at once. I mean, how many times you heard that people like saying that if you want to speak English, you need to have a lot of stock words. You need to have a lot of vocabulary in your, and you have to memorize all those things from Bengali to English and English to Bengali from your native language. And I really don't think so, because you know what the truth is, in English language there are millions of words are already existed. You know what? And if you keep memorizing all those words, your one life is not enough to remember all these words. And one suggestion I can give you, that there are some most common words are already there that we can, if you know the most common used word, most useful, most important word to use in our conversation, and that's enough. And that's only take up to 10% of words, 10%, even 5% of words. If you keep just add in your list, and that will help you to that will help you to communicate with anyone. You don't need to memorize all these English words that comes in front of you. Okay, so just try to understand that in English words there are few words that we commonly use, there are few words we commonly and most of the time use, and if you just give your energy and you just give your focus to that words, and that will help you to become a confident speaker. Number three, the mistake that we do is that we try to speak too fast. You know that particular things I actually this kind of things I did in my life also. You know what, I try to think that I used to watch a lot of English movies, and somehow I get the idea that if the more confident person one person is, the more speed of his language he has. Okay, I mean, if you speak too fast, it means you are too confident. It means you are too much expert on this language. But later I realized that it is not the truth. Speaking fast is not the parameter of becoming confident. Speaking fast is not the parameter of how good you are in that particular language. Sometimes when we speak fast, we don't get enough time to think that what we are going to say. We don't get enough time to think that what should be the right to say. And on the other hand, whom you are talking with, you will not get enough time to understand what you are saying. Your mind or his mind will have a vague idea that what you are saying. In order to have a clear and concise conversation and communication, you need to make sure that you speak with maintaining proper space and proper speed. You don't need to speak too fast, you don't need to speak too slow. Just maintain a proper space, and that will sound like a more confident person. And number fourth mistake that we usually do, we avoid conversation. Yeah, that happens is that. So when I was in the early stage of my English language journey, I used to put a lot of effort to develop this language, to understand this language. I used to watch so many English movies. I used to read so many English books. I used to do so many new things. Okay. But one thing that is most important that I used to avoid is that conversation, because I didn't have the chance, I didn't have the confidence, I didn't have many things. Because of that, I used to avoid conversation. But the real thing is that no matter where you are, no matter what is your current level, no matter what is your what should I say, how much confident you are, but you have to start communicating with others. This is one of the biggest thing that we have to keep it in our mind in order to become a fluent English speaker. You cannot avoid from communicating with others. Where you are and how you are, just start speaking with others. Number fifth, this is one of the biggest mistake that I used to do when I was learning this language, that I try to okay, let me make it in a point. Relying too much on your native language. What do I mean by that? I mean, when I I was a beginner, I used to do a lot of translation in my mind, then I start to speak. And this actually, in the middle of this process, it takes so much of time to speak something properly to others. I think you have to stop doing this. You don't need to do that. Okay, first I will do the process in my native language in my mind, then I will translate that English, and it will take way more long time, and it will not feel like a natural conversation that you have with your peers. So do you understand that? Try to apply that things that I will say simple things, and that will not take a translation in my mind. So when translation comes, actually, when you try to speak something difficult, something complicated, at that time we actually feels that, okay, first try to think in Bengali in my mind, or native language that you have, and make it English, and it takes way more time. So think very simply. Okay, make simple sentences in your mind, and ultimately that will help you to shift your mindset from translating to just directly speaking. If you avoid these five mistakes, I can give you the kind of assurance that you will become a confident speaker. And if you are really serious about that, you want to develop your communication skills, you want to develop your English speaking skills, you want to be more confident, you want to be more fluent English speaking, then I will suggest you that we, SM Spoken English Academy, I am the founder of SM Spoken English Academy, that you already know that. And we offer both online and offline courses based on the student requirements. And we teach each and every student how he or she can be a good and effective communicator. Whether you are a beginner, you just started out, you just plan out that, okay, I will learn spoken English and will learn English, and you are on the stage and intermediate of advanced level, that you think that I want to develop my communication skill to the next level, I want to develop public speaking skills and other skills and English related to English language. It might be communication, it might be public speaking, it might be client handling, it might be sales related communication, so business related communications. So if you want to develop this kind of communication skills, so you can join our institute. Our institute actually teach you each and everything by providing you a customized learning. Okay, so it's not a teaching classes, it is a kind of, we say that is a training that we provide each and every students, customized training. Okay, we analyze your level, we analyze your ability, and according to your ability, according to your level, according to your performance, we will give you the guidance, we will give you the training, and we will make you a confident person. So our course is designed for mainly for those people who think that they are the weak, they are not good at English language, they can't even understand, they can't even talk, they can't even know the one single sentences in English language. They can't even speak one single sentence in English language. So we actually design our course this way, so that ultimately we can help the masses, okay, and average people who never dream about that we can able to speak English language. I have trained so many hundreds of hundreds of students who were so much weak in English language, they can't even say a single sentence in English language. They don't even have idea, because I'm a Bengali, and I know that in Bengali medium student, there are so many students, they think that English is a very complicated language, English is a very complicated subject. As a subject, we consider it as a subject, and that's why there are so many students lack of focus, they have lack of focus, they have lack of so many things, and they think that we never can learn English language because English language is so much difficult. But we made it possible that if you have the right guidance, if you have the right strategy, if you follow the right thing, I think it is possible for everyone to learn the language. This is not so hard. This is not so difficult. It's all based on our thinking, that if you think it is difficult, and especially we, SM Spoken English Academy, we make it so much simple for each and everyone. I mean, we don't care about that you are good or bad or anything like that. We train you, we will develop your communication skills. Okay, that's all. So if you think that this video helped you, please make sure you share and subscribe this channel, because ultimately the more you subscribe, the more you like our video, we will make more videos like this, and ultimately that will also help you to develop your communication skill. So thank you, see you in the next video.